Good morning, good morning, good morning. Last week I was 2 minutes early, and this week I am 4 minutes late. So it's an ish. What can I say? I'm inconsistent. I'm early, I'm late, I'm the next day. I'm just me. It's Monday. I did this on Mondays on purpose so I would get up and get moving, and some days are harder than others. And with all the gloom and doom outside today, it is harder than others. I'm telling you, there is no sunshine. There are only clouds. There's just a gloomy, gloomy day. Gloomy. It's hard to get up on a gloomy day. All right, let me see if I can find that other Casey. Yeah, there she is. Got to turn her down. All right. So today we are going to do some show and tell. And I did get a long-awaited, 11 days long-awaited new order. I did get some of my new order. So I'm going to play with a few of the items from that, but I haven't had a chance to play with everything because I had a very busy class. It came on Saturday morning and I had a full class of 6 people. And I'm going to show you what we made. I posted the pictures on my Stampin' with the Queen page, but honestly, guys, the pictures do not do the cards and the boxes justice. They just don't. Everybody raved. Everybody said how beautiful they were and how much they loved them. So I want to show you all in person, sort of, on camera, instead of just flat pictures. Sometimes pictures just don't tell the 1,000 words that you want them to. Anyway, so I got some show and tell, and we're going to use some new products. And today is, what is today? Today is the, I can't tell, 17th of April. So you got about 13 more days of the catalogs, the mini catalog and this standard catalog. And then May 2nd, you'll get the new catalog and you can order from it. If you're coming to my class on the 19th, whatever Wednesday is that the 19th? Good morning, Jen. If you're coming to my class, you'll get your new catalogs if you didn't get one on Saturday. And you can start your wish lists. I still have a wish list. I keep going in and thinking, I need to order more. Anyway, that's what's happening. And sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. So you got 13 more days to order from the catalogs that are current right now. And then we're going to switch over. And what else? What else? There weren't any new announcements today. I went online to check the back orders and all. And I know that things are flying off the last chance list left and right. So if there's something that you've been waiting on and you want to get it, you need to go in and check and see. It'll tell you if it's currently unavailable. So you can go online to stampinup.com or go through my store, caseywhite.stampinup.net, and shop on the last chance items to get your discounts and to get what you haven't gotten yet that's still available. I have completely lost my train of thought with my new stuff. Oh, I was saying, I have not had time yet to play with all of my new stuff because I also have a class this week on Wednesday that I have to prep for, and I have a meeting on Tuesday. So I don't get to play with my new stuff till later. And I do have another order sitting in there, and I just went to check on it. I placed it on the 10th of April, and it is now in there for 7 days and in picking. They haven't even shipped it yet. They said 4 to 12 days. I'm like, it's day 7, Stampin' Up. Come on, get it together. You are way behind. So if you're waiting on an order, you are going to still wait. I did check on my paper pumpkin. I was hoping it would be here today. It is in Urban Crest. That's where all paper pumpkins go in the state of Ohio to die, I think. They get lost at that sorting place. But it did say that it had moved out of Urban Crest. It stays there for like 3 days. So I think I'll get my paper pumpkin tomorrow. So next week, next Monday, we'll probably play with paper pumpkin. So I'll do a show and tell and maybe some new products and then do paper pumpkin. Okay. All right, let's get to some show and tell, and then let's get to our project for today. I did not check my camera when I put everything back together on my desk last night because I was lazy and hungry. My husband was grilling steaks and I wanted to go eat. So let's hope that we are good and straight today. So I'm going to get ready to put you in the cradle and we'll see where we are, okay? All right, let's get you switched around here. All right, just one moment, please. I gotta move some things out of the way before I get you up in the cradle. Okay. That doesn't look bad. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let me get to my comments so I can see. Let's see here. I may need to shift that over just a little bit. While it is adjusting, I will have a drink. Okay, and hang on, guys. While that's adjusting, I'm going to plug in there. Get that plugged in so we can have some power. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you can't see any of that, so did I get it back out of the way? Hang on. This power cord is only 10 feet long, and so it gets seriously in the way. Seriously in the way. All right. Like I said, we've got about 13 more days. Can't see the bottom of that, can you? So let me switch it up a little bit. Still adjusting. I apologize, guys. I should have done this last night. How's it looking, Jen? Coming down on the left a little bit. Let's hope I did. Coming down on the left a little bit. See how that works. See if that looks good. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. All right. So I just have to do some show and tell. Remember, if you're going to place an order, you'll want to use the April host code. Okay, good. The April host code, don't forget. I know when you go in, sometimes you don't always remember to put host code, but there it is, CaseyWhite.stampitup.net. Okay, so we're going to get that little guy out of the way for now. And I want to show you the beautiful boxes that we made this weekend. Just because I just have to show you in person because the pictures on my page are just not doing them justice. This are the two boxes. Most people made this one, and I didn't have enough paper because my order had just come that morning, so I had made this one. But these boxes they'll probably hold more than 5 cards. We made 5 cards. It'll probably hold a good 10 cards. Unfortunately, I'm mathematically challenged. Now, everybody who knows me knows that. They're like, that Casey, I'm telling you, don't trust any of her math. That's right, don't trust any of my math. My husband is a design engineer, and he uses math down to the 64th. And he knows math like nobody's business. But I don't know math. And what have I done for the last 25 years? I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator most of those years. And what do I use? Math every day. Every day I use math. Every day. And every day I have to second guess my math. And so I was making these boxes and I was putting the cards in them. And when I went to put the cards in the envelopes, They did not fit. They did not fit. So unfortunately, the cards have to sort of sit on top because I mathed wrong. Yes, you heard me right. I mathed wrong. I did not get my math together right. And so I had to go make another paper box, out of typing paper, which is what I always do. I was off by about 1/8 of an inch, between 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch. So I had to have my husband come in and do his math brain, and he said, it needs to be 4 13/16. I'm like, oh my God, don't say those words to me. That's like cussing. 13/16. I can't count 13/16. That's just too hard. So I look at the ruler and I'm like, okay, it's 5 inches, and then I go back 3 ticks. He's like, whatever works for you, honey. So I did the boxes wrong. My measurements for the boxes are wrong, so I have to rewrite my tutorial for the boxes. And when I get it rewritten correctly, I will post it on Stampin' with the Queen. But here are the cards that we made. I just want you to see them up close and personal because they're so much prettier in person. So much prettier. We did this Winkastella on here. Oh, I'm missing a jewel. A jewel's come off. I see a jewel missing. Or didn't get on there. Anyway, we did Winkastella. And what I love the most about these iridescent rhinestones that may not show on camera is the iridescent rhinestones are just a clear gemstone when you pull them off of the card. But you put them on here and now it looks yellow, it looks pink, and you pick up the colors wherever you put them. And that's what's so beautiful about these iridescent rhinestones. They really dress up your card. I don't know, can you see the Winkastella? Is it picking up the wink at all? I'm going to hold it closer, see if it picks up the wink. But this Hello Irresistible 6x6 paper is retiring, so you got about 2 more weeks to get some of it if you'd like. But here's one of the cards that we made. And this is card number 2. We did a variety of them. This one says, just a little hi from me, so you could write a note in it. This one says, I like you. And I didn't stamp on the inside of it, but there is a stamp that says, I couldn't think of a nicer friend, or I couldn't be happier to have you as a friend, which I like. And I'll probably stamp that on the inside of this one. But you can see those iridescent rhinestones again. This one looks yellow, this one looks pink, and then these are on the white, and they just pick up a little hint of the color that you have. So lovely, lovely, beautiful. I think this one is my favorite card. This one is an easel card, as you can see. So once you pop it up from flat, what happens is it sits there at the bottom, and it's a lovely birthday card. You can see how it sits. And it's a beautiful, beautiful card to put on display. So anybody who gets this card, I think they would be delighted to set it up on their mantle or, their table or somewhere, just to put it on display. It's really, really pretty. And it's nice pastel colors, spring colors. I think it'd be pretty this time of year. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is just a thank you card. And it's a Z fold. So you just pull it out and write your little note in there. Thank them for all that they do. You can write a little hidden note over here that nobody will be able to read, because it'll be sitting up like this. But it's a nice Z-fold card. Very simple and easy. And this paper just, makes it so easy. I'm telling you, Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper makes everything stunning. It just makes it easy peasy. And the last card that we made, this is a book fold card that says thinking of you. And so you can write your little note inside, stamp something in there. But again, with the die cuts and the Designer Series paper and these loose little dots, which are not available at the moment, these frosted dots are on back order, but they just really make this card. They really just make the whole thing just pop. So these are the cards that we made, and unfortunately my box is perfect for the cards. I got just about a 1/16 of an inch there that they go in ever so nicely, but I need like another 1/16 of an inch, which means a quarter, because when you start to put the envelope in, it doesn't quite fit. So yeah, my math and I got all messed up. So like I said, they don't quite fit. Did I lose another dot? Where's my little dot? Ah, I'm losing frosted dots. I got to put my dot back on there. Oh well, I'll do that after I get off camera. But, and this box is just, it's the same box, just a different box. We did the same cards inside, but it's just a different color of cardstock. And this is the Pretty Peacock, which came back in case you're wondering what color this is, that matches that designer series paper. So I just wanted to show you that in person. And this is show and tell. After class on Saturday, Ginger and I ran over to Staples, and for $4.72, we got our catalogs spiral bound. You tell them you want it spiral bound, not cone bound. So spiral bound, they cut the spine, they do a spiral bind, and then we got a plastic cover or a see-through cover on the top just to protect it. And I just love having, oh, I can't open it. I was going to open my catalog. I can't open my catalog. I can open the cover here. But I just love it because you can open it and it lays flat. Woo, Lord, I almost got in trouble from Stampin' Up! Opening my catalog. Woo! Okay, let me get rid of that catalog right now because I can't show you anything but the cover. Woo, Lord, have mercy. That was scary. All right. All right. I wanted to show you something else real quick. You know, I cut all that paper. I cut all that paper for all of that class. And I had a ton of scraps left over. And so what I do with my scraps is I make a quilt card or a bookmark. I've been making lots of bookmarks. So look at these little 1/8 of an inch scraps that I've done. And all I did was just crisscross them all over this to make a bookmark. So let me see what that bookmark is. The bookmark is 5 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5 1/4 tall. And it is 1 1/2 wide, just so you know. And then you just use one of your label punches at the top to put your hole in there. And then you put your ribbon through there. And there you have it. So I'll probably put something on the front of this, a saying of some sort, but I haven't decided what I want to do yet. But I just wanted to show you how easy, look at that, cute. And you can make a card front, you can make a bookmark, you can make a tag. Use up those scraps, guys. Use up those scraps and show me what you've done. So today we are going to use the Sweet Songbirds set, which is still in the mini catalog, and it's going to carry over to the new catalog. So if you have the Sweet Songbirds punch, which if you remember on the celebration items, one of the freebies you could get in the secondary celebration items was the Songbird punch. So here is the Sweet Songbirds set, and this is a photopolymer set. So just remember, when you pull it off of here and start putting it on your blocks, give it a little rub, you know, to get the filament off of it, okay? But we're going to use the Sweet Songbirds set and the Sweet Songbirds punch. Go ahead and pop that open so I can use it. And I am going to use some of our brand new paper. This is Bright and Beautiful 6x6 Designer Series paper. Now this is brand new from the new catalog, so you haven't seen this before. And this paper is double-sided. One side usually has a pattern of some sort. And then the other side has less of a pattern, or it has, let me see, I'm trying to find one. Let's see if I can page through this. Here's the patterns on this side. Some of them are just like a plain on the back. We don't have a lot of pattern on the back of some of them, okay? So you can see as I'm paging through here, the fronts and the backs. So you've got some stripes and some solids and a good pattern. But this is using several, let me see, I gotta put my eyeballs on to read these. This is Azure Afternoon, which is a brand new color, Berry Burst, returning color, Blueberry Bushel, returning color, Bubble Bath, brand new, Fresh Freesia, getting my tongue tied here, that's returning, Lemon Lime Twist, returning, Lemon Lolly, brand new, Lost Lagoon, returning, Misty Moonlight, returning, and Pretty Peacock. So these are using, I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors that are new or returning. So I got this paper because it has, as you can see, all of those colors on there. The Lemon Lime Twist, Lost Lagoon, the Pretty Peacock, the Azure, the Misty Moonlight. What is this darkest one? I'm looking. Oh, no, that's Blueberry Bushel. That's the Misty Moonlight, sorry. The Berry Burst, the Bubble Bath, and the Fresh Freesia. So this has a lot of colors on it, and I decided that I would use this to make this, oh, I forgot my paper trimmer. I gotta get my paper trimmer over here. Make this card. This card is, the purpose of this card, get my paper trimmer, guys. The purpose of this card is so that you can use both sides of your designer series paper on a card. Okay, and I probably could have probably chosen a different one that had a prettier pattern. I did have some other paper, but I decided I was going to use this because I wanted to use all of the new colors. And so I used a lot of our in colors and a lot of the colors that are on here to do the bird and everything, okay? So let me show you here before we cut things up. This is the card. Okay, a little bird told me you've got something to celebrate. Happy birthday. So as you can see, we've used both sides of the paper here. And then inside, you can see the inside of the paper and the outside of the paper. So we've used both sides of the designer series paper to make a card. So I'm going to show you how to cut your 6x6 paper and your cardstock so that you can make a double-sided card like this and use all of the paper at one time, which is fun because sometimes we don't want to hide the other side of the paper. Sometimes the other side of the paper is just as pretty, and it's hard to choose which side of the paper that you want to use. So this is the card that we're going to make today. And I have used Lost Lagoon as my cardstock. And then I have used the Pretty Peacock, which is a returning color for the words. This here is Copper Clay. It's one of our new in colors. His feet I made out of Pebble Path, which is one of our new in colors. And then we've got the Pretty Peacock for his eyeballs. Oh, and I think I forgot to get my Pretty Peacock blender pen. I got to go get that from behind me. Anyway, so inside I used the Pretty Peacock ink. So you can see that we've used a lot of new in colors, and I thought about coloring his beak with the Lemon Lolly, but I didn't have that pen with me. It's in another room, and I'm not going to go get it. So guess what? We're not going to get it. We're going to leave it white. Okay? I might color it later, but anyway, I'm going to show you and tell you how to cut this paper. So you'll take your 6x6 paper, and the first thing that you're going to do is cut off 3/4 of an inch off the bottom of it. Okay, so we want to put this in here to 3/4 of an inch, and we want to cut off 3/4 of an inch. And we're going to put that away and save it for a rainy day. Honestly, this is a good piece to start with your bookmarks. Okay, so we're just going to put that away for a rainy day. And now we're going to turn our paper this way, and we're going to cut, because your paper, we cut off 3/4 of an inch. So now we have 5 1/4. Okay, because we started with 6x6. So now we have 5 1/4. So now we're going to cut off a 1-inch strip. And we're going to cut off a second 1-inch strip. And that is going to leave us with a strip here that is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so now you've got, this was your 6x6 paper. Okay, and we cut off that 3/4 of an inch. So now this is what you're left with. Okay, so now you can see how we're going to put this card together. Okay, so you're going to flip one of those, and you're going to cut your base cardstock at 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then you're going to score. Oh, wrong way. Is it 4 1/4? Yeah. So your paper is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay. So I've already done mine. Uh-oh. Guess what, guys? You need a piece to go inside. Where's my white piece? Hang on, guys. I'm guessing that steak was seriously calling my name last night. I forgot my piece that goes inside I gotta cut, which should be 4, I'm gonna double check. Should be 4 by 5, I think. Yeah, because that's 4 1/4, so we want it 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Whoops, forgot my white piece. So I need this 5 1/4. I'll cut that in a minute. By 4. So cut that at 4. By 5 1/4. Is that right? Yeah. Just looked like I was cutting off more than I should have. Sorry. There we go. 4 by 5 1/4. All right, that's my piece inside. Okay, so that's my inside piece. So I'm going to work on the inside pieces first. I broke a nail before I came on. I was doing my hair and my fingernail got caught and I broke a nail, and now it's like shorter than the others and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so we're going to just put this inside. All right. I'm going to put this piece right here. So we'll put our pretty piece right in here. Okay. And now we've got our other 1-inch strip. And you can decide if you want, you know, I think I'm going to go light to dark instead of dark to light. So I'm going to put this on the front in that manner. I don't know, while I was over there, I should have gotten my peacock blend, but I didn't. I'll go get it in just a second. All right. All right, and that just leaves us with this piece. So this piece is going to go right here on top of that. Okay, and we're just going to put some adhesive on here. I want to line that up with the small piece that's in there. Okay, because you're going to have a border all the way around the card. See that? So this piece is not going to be the same, you know, top to bottom. All right. So there is your piece. There is your card. So now you've got, I need to furnish that better. Where is my, I don't, okay, fine. My bone folder must be over at the other table. I'm actually missing a bone folder. I have one in all my spots. And for some reason, my bone folder is MIA. All right, so there's my card, and I'm going to set that aside. What have I got on there? What kind of schmutz is that? I don't know what that is. So since I have to go get my peacock, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Pause for the cause here. Let me see. I just went and get my magic eraser. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. I don't know what I got on there. But it's off now. These little rubber magic erasers, they work like a charm. They get all kinds of stuff out of your way. All right, so let's set the card aside for now. And let's play with our pieces parts. Okay, so I got a little piece here to put on the front out of Lost Lagoon and white. And I'm just going to stick those on together. And those dimensions are 2.5 by 3 is what my Lost Lagoon is. 2.5 by 3, and then my white piece is 2.25 by 2 3/4. Because why? Because I hate 16ths and I hate 8ths, which I have to go back and do for that silly box. Okay, so that's going to fit on there just like that. But I'm going to pop that up. But I don't want to do it yet because I have to put my peacock on there. Okay, so I want to put the little words here that says, a little birdie told me something. Oh, guess what? I picked up the wrong stamp. So guess what? We're going to stamp the inside. A little birdie told me that you've got something to celebrate. Well, we had to stamp that anyway, right? All right, so we'll put that. And since we're stamping the inside and we have the peacock out, I'll go ahead and put my happy birthday. Honestly, guys, I do not remember what stamp set this happy birthday comes from. I just know it's a wonderful happy birthday and I love it, so I keep it mounted on a block all the time. I'm going to have to look it up and find out which birthday set I stole it from. Because it fits. It fits so beautifully on lots of cards. Okay, so let me get back here to the outside of the card that we are going to stamp with the pretty peacock. This says, a little birdie told me something. Or a little bird told me. And I want that right down here in the bottom. And I'm not done with that, but I don't have my bird punch, so I'm going to close it so it doesn't dry out. And now I'm going to use my copper clay. This is one of your new in colors. And I'm going to use I just have a scrap here of paper that I just want, since I already mounted that, I just want to cover that edge of the lagoon. Because I just want to put this on here. We'll just hide that way. I just want to put the leaf on here. Or not the leaf, the twig, the tree. So he's not just, there we go. See, and all I did was just put that there to cover that up. Okay. Isn't that a pretty rich, look how rich that is. This is the copper clay. Look how rich that is. Can you see how rich that is? You know, we lost soft suede, but this brown has a little bit more reddish tones in it than soft suede did. So it is a nice, beautiful, rich brown tone. So I think you're really going to like the copper clay. And then let us get his feet. I'm using the Pebbled Path, which is a really, really dark gray. It's almost what you'd call light black. Okay, and I'm going to stamp some little bird feet right there. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside because I have to make the bird. But we're going to take a break, okay? Because, time out. This is a brand new pad. And I don't know if anybody has ever paid attention, but on the back of your brand new pads, you've got 4 names, okay? Copper clay, chamotte, I don't know. I can't even say that. That's French. I'm not even going to try it. Cuivre, I don't know. Copperbron, Kupferbron, that's German. And so you've usually got 4 languages on the back. Sometimes you have Chinese, which of course you can't read because I was looking at some of the older ones. Anyway, these are the names of your, and if you lift, you see where that arrow is? This whole thing will lift up. So if you lift up, you can get underneath there and you can pull off this little cellophane label. I'm trying to get it started so I can pull it off in one piece. There we go. You can pull off the cellophane label and it goes on the end of your pad that has the little, see how the end of your pad has that little swoop? And this end of the pad does not. Okay. So the name goes where the swoop is. So you just lay it on there below the swoop. And now you've got your label. So when you put your pad in your holders on your desk, the pad is facing up and facing forward. So you just pull that pad out. But I just wanted to show you how to put this label on. Now there's a second label that we're going to put on too, okay? So let's go back and pull that off. At the bottom of this is just a label that has nothing but color. It's a color label. And you're going to pull that off. And then you're going to open your pad. And this color label goes in the trough. Get this out of my way. It goes right in the trough where you put your finger to pull it open, and you're just going to lay that down in the trough. And then I use my bone folder, or I use the end of the picker tool, and all I'm doing is just burnishing it so that it's in there. And now when this pad is open, this is how you remember to close your pads. You just put your finger there in that little section where the hole is, pull it, and flip it. Okay? So in case you did not know that these labels on the back of the pads are there for a reason, they come off, and you label the end, and then you label the inside. Okay? So I just wanted to show you that today, because I think I see a lot of people online that are using pads and they're not labeled and they don't have the label inside the trough. So if you have 3 pads open on your table, they all look dark, the same color. You don't know which one's which when they're all laying on your table. But you've got your color in the trough, then you can tell. If these pads were side by side without the color in the trough, I wouldn't know which is which. And it would be very easy for me to stick my stamp into the wrong pad. So if you have your troughs labeled, you know if you're picking up the black or the brown. Okay? And it's a good thing to remember, wherever that trough is, that's where you're putting your finger to close your pad. Ta-da! Okay, so that is Casey's helpful tips today. So now let's go finish the card. Sorry, I had to show you that because I think that a lot of you don't know that, and I hope that you didn't know that and I taught you something new today. So I've got my songbird punch out here, and I am going to punch my Lost Lagoon bird out of it. And you know what I always say. I always punch it against my chest, so things that go fly against my chest. And that way they can't go flying off the table. Okay? So I have my wing here, and what I'm going to go do here now is I'm going to put this little scrap piece of white. I think I can use this scrap. And I think if I'm very careful, I can get his chest. There we go. And I can also get his beak and not use that piece. Get all these pieces out of here. I should have gone to get that lemon lolly, but I'm not going to go all the way out into the other room to get it. All right, let's get his beak. I could have cut up my brand new lemon lolly just to get his beak, but why do that? I don't have a scrap yet. All right, so now we're going to build the bird. And what I have discovered in doing this was that my wing is the same color. And because my wing is the same color, I need a piece of scrap paper here. One moment, please. Need a piece of scrap paper. You can't see my wing when he's on the bird. So I took my light pretty peacock marker, and all I did was just barely go touch it to the edge of it, and it'll bleed just enough to outline this wing. I'm not even coloring the wing. I'm just barely touching the marker to the wing. And it'll give me enough. Gee, if you want your bird to have a really big wing, you could use the breast piece. Look at that. That breast piece makes a really nice wing on the bird. Excuse me. Okay. But that is actually his breast piece. So let's get his little breast piece in there. So we're going to put some glue on there. Okay. Let me get his lips out of the way. Okay. I just want to lay this little breast piece in there. There we go. Okay, and now, using a trusty glue dot, I'm going to put a glue dot on the wing. And then I can get his wing on there. Do I want it to go that way? Or straight off? I think I want it to go straight off. And then I need to get his beak on there. See if I can find one of my miniature glue dots. These are all the big ones. Where's the little ones? Here's the little ones. I'm telling you. Stampin' Up! Gives us lots of glue dots in our paper pumpkins, and I don't use them, excuse me, as often. So now I want to get his beak on there. All right, and now that I've gotten his beak on there, I'm going to give him some eyeballs. This is the hardest part of this bird, I think, is placing his eyeballs. I had a hard time last night trying to place the eyeballs. So I find if you just kind of build them all together. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're going to get our bird all glued down. Now his feet are too high. Okay, if I put him up on his feet, I think it's too high. So I'm going to set him down just a little bit, cover part of his legs. And then I want to pop him off of my card. And I could have popped the bird off of the there, but I decided I wanted to pop this whole piece off the front of the card because I can. And I could have put the little songbird things here. A little birdie told me, a little bird told me, but I didn't because it's happy birthday, but I could have, but I didn't. I don't know what I've done to my shoulder, but it is not cooperating. My right shoulder, I have slept wrong. I noticed when I was doing my hair and I I was doing my makeup and it just was, it feels like it's out of the socket, you know, like it wants to drop out of the socket or something. I know, that's weird, isn't it? It's making me crazy this morning. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. I need to use you. Could you please cooperate? All right, let's finish this card. Let's finish this card. I know I'm going to end up coloring that beak down the line, but anyway. I did give you all of the dimensions. And then, of course, what am I going to do, of course? Of course, I have to zhuzh it up. I got to use my iridescent rhinestones. There we go. And zhuzh it up. And since I lost a rhinestone up here on one of my boxes, I don't know how I did that. I can see that it's, there we go. It's like, how did that happen? How did I lose a rhinestone? I think I lost one off this card too, so guess what? I'm going to put a rhinestone here. I'm going to put a rhinestone back on this card because I don't like it to be without. And I'm going to put a little rhinestone right there. I think I'll put another little rhinestone. Maybe I'll put it right there. Put those together later. And then, of course, you have to do what? You have to sign the back of your card. Don't want to forget that part, do we? And I will. There is a little, where's my case? There's a little flower in there. I kind of like to put something on the back of the cards. Lord have mercy. It would have to be smack dab down in the middle, wouldn't it? Yep. We're going to get that off. I kind of like putting a little something on the back of the cards, not just my signature. I kind of like to put a little something back there. All right. And there you have it. 2 almost identical cards. Almost identical. Let's see how different they are. Get that out of there. Just a little bit different in where I put the rhinestones and everything, but look at that. Isn't that cute? Fabulous way to use the inside and the outside. And when I first cut this paper and this was like this, I'm like, well, that's kind of boring. But then when you open the card, it's really not as boring on the inside. You know, you have a cute inside of your card like that. So I kind of like it. I kind of liked it a whole lot more. So I hope you enjoyed a little tiny bit of show and tell with some new colors, at least, and some new paper. I know it's not a lot. I do have more, but I'll play with it next week and I'll have more to show. And maybe if I get lucky, Stampin' Up! Will send my other order and that will be on its way as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's live. And remember, you've got 13 more days to order out of the annual catalog and the mini catalog. And this Songbirds, Sweet Songbirds, this set will be carrying over, so if you want it, and the punch, And last week I was telling you about the Rhino Ready die cuts, and I gave you the number for them, and I apologize, but they were sold out, and I did not realize that. The Rhino Ready stamp set is still available, but the die cuts are sold out, and they are not listed on the website as possibly coming back at all. Don't know. Again, those were an online exclusive, and if you see those, I believe they'll be coming again in June. You see those online exclusives, you grab them if you want them. I mean, grab them right now, guys, because if you don't, seems like they're going out the door faster than a stampeding rhino. So, anyway, there's the information that you'll need. Nothing new on Stamping with the Queen, except it's Happy Meal Monday. So, who are you going to make smile today? I don't have any birthdays this week, but I do have a birthday coming up. So who knows? I might just use this card for the birthday that I have coming up later this week, since I have a couple of them. And it's kind of cute. And we're going to do the pop-out rhino card that I showed you last week. We're going to make that in class with an impossible card this week. So I hope to see you in class on Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock. And I hope to see your creations on my Stampin' with the Queen page. So if you make a 6x6 cut apart card that shows both sides, post it, because with the new paper that's coming down the pike, I believe we're going to be seeing this card next month in one of my classes, because it's just too easy and there's lots of pretty paper to choose from. So I think we'll be seeing this card again. If you're one of my students and you're watching this on the replay or live, we're going to be seeing this card because it's way too much fun and way too easy. And of course it goes for your 12 by 12 paper too. Your 12 by 12 paper is beautiful. Cut it down into 6 by 6 and then you can make cards from it just the same as this. So I think you'll be seeing this card in the future. Don't forget to use up your scraps. And I will put the new tutorial for the boxes on the Stampin' with the Queen page soon. I have to rewrite it and double check, triple check, and quadruple check my measurements again with my husband's mathematical brain. And I think that's about it for now. So have a great day. I will have this up on YouTube by 5 o'clock today, if not sooner. And so if you're watching me on the replay, Casey White from Dayton, Ohio, good afternoon or evening to you. And it's still just barely, is it noon yet? It's noon. It's afternoon to my people. So thanks for watching. Go stamp something. Bye.